What's up, everyone? This is your boy Saint, and welcome to day 33 of 52 weeks transformation. And today is gonna be back workout. So, before we start talking about today's session and workout, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel in order to follow me and support me throughout this journey. So, let's begin. So, warm is completely done, and we're gonna start our first exercise, which is weighted pull ups. And the first set will be plus 20 kgs. So pull-ups is one of my favorite exercises for the back. Not only it has very benefits for the growth, it has a lot of benefit for the strength. So you can see a lot of calisthenic athletes, they do pull-ups, they do push-ups, they do dips, and they have control over their body weight. So if you want to have control over your body weight, you need to do these body weight exercises. And when you gain enough strength throughout the journey, you'll be able to add more weight, even more than your body weight, in order to strengthen yourself. So the first exercise is done, and let's move on to the second exercise, which is lat pull down with wide grip. Some people may argue that lat pull downs and pull ups are basically the same things, but they're not. So make sure to do both of them because the motions are completely different. In lat pull downs, you can bring the bar completely down, and also you can squeeze, you can add a lot of weight. Even people who can't do pull ups, they can do lat pull downs. So there's definitely some kind of difference because people who can't pull themselves up can pull the board down, and it's very good for the people who aren't able to do pull-ups, and they will be able to gain a lot of strength through lat pull downs. And also lat pull downs, you can very focus on the motion in order to just hit your lat, or if you want to hit your traps, you can do that as well. But in pull-ups, you're very focused on just pulling yourselves up, and sometimes your hands position will be different, and the difference in the hand position can hit different muscles like traps and rear delts as well. So this is gonna be our third set. I was doing 3 sets of lat pull down because I go for high intensity rather than going for high reps. And that's why 3 sets of whatever amount of reps is enough if you're going intense. And that was it for the second exercise. So the third exercise is going to be seated rows with close grips in order to focus a lot more on my lats. So seated rows is a very good exercise for your back, especially if you're doing it with close grips. You will be able to hit your lats because when we train our back in a back day, we are mainly focused in order to activate all of our back muscles, and a lot of people struggles with activating their lats. That's why their lats don't grow, they are slow. But doing very specific exercise for your lats can grow them, like seated rows with close grips. But a lot of people have very common problems on the form. For example, one common problem I see is they let themselves being pulled by the rope. It's wrong. You should not be pulled by the weight. You should hold your ground. You shouldn't lean forward. Also, you shouldn't lean toward the back because bringing the rope down while you're leaning down will not activate your lats. It will just activate your rear delts. So you're not doing face pull-ups. Face pulls. You're doing seated rows. So you're gonna pull the rope towards downside of your chest, not towards your face. That's why leaning down brings the rope up towards your chest, and it will activate your rear delts. And this is a very key crucial point about the seated rows with close grips. You shouldn't bring the bar very towards the back. You do not squeeze it because squeezing it will activate your traps, and you don't want that. So and that was the main points about seated rows with close grips. And now moving on to our fourth exercise of the day, which is again seated rows, but this time we're doing it with wide grips in order to activate traps and rear delts. Now we move the aim from doing the lats to the traps and rear delts, and the reason for that is we did lat pull downs for the lats, we did seated rows with close grips for the lats, and now lats are done. Now let's focus on our traps and rear delts. While doing the seated rows with wide grips and bringing the rope towards the backside and squeezing your traps. That's how you activate your traps, and it will grow over time. And also, when you're doing the half reps throughout the exercise, they activate your rear delts. So basically, what we did is we activated all of our back muscles currently, which is traps, lats, and rear delts. And this exercise is specifically for traps, but throughout the exercise, for example, when you get tired and you can pull the ropes completely towards the back, then you can do half reps in order to activate your rear delts before you do, for example, face pulls. It will be activated, it will be warm, and it will get even more pump. And this was the second set, and move on to the third set with 40 kgs. And I'm doing it with a little bit lighter weight because I want to squeeze my back. And if you do with very heavy weight, you won't be able to squeeze your back. So squeezing matters in this exercise. So make sure the weight is good enough for you and you can pull and squeeze your back. That's how you're gonna do it. And this is gonna be our last set for seated rows, both with close grips and wide grip is now done. After we're done with our traps, let's go and do an exercise specifically for our rear delts, which is gonna be face pulls. And the best form for this, which I like, is while laying down, because in this way I can maintain a lot of stability and I can go heavy. The face pulls, when you do face pulls and you are standing and you want to go heavy, the weight will pull you towards itself. But when you lay down, the effect drops a lot. So there's gonna be a very big difference between doing it while standing and doing it while laying down. And when you do it while laying down, you can go heavy, and the pulling effect of the rope will be a lot less. So you will have a lot of stability and you can do it in a very proper form. And I started with 75 kgs. This is the second set and it's with 70 kgs. And as you can see, I'm very, very stable. It pulls me a little bit, but if I do the same exercise with the same weight while I'm standing up, it's gonna pull me a lot. And when it pulls you towards itself and you wanna pull the rope back, you're gonna use your lower side of the back, which is not good and it's not very healthy. So this is a very good and solidable reason to do it while laying down. It's healthy, the form is good, stability, everything matters. Now going on to the last exercise of the day, we're gonna do shrugs. 3 sets is enough. If you want, you can do 4 sets. And it is for the upper parts of our traps. So, and doing shrugs, make sure to hold the dumbbells toward the side of your quads and bring the dumbbells, your dumbbells up and squeeze your traps and then let it go down slowly and gently, and that's the form. So do 3 sets and it will be enough. And now our exercise is done, our workout is done. Let's have our poses. So the main pose for the lats, you can see they're completely pumped, very well pumped in fact. And you can see it better in this pose. It's pumped, it's wide, and that's how it should be if you want to grow your lats. And I like my lats, they're the base part of my physique. They grow fast, they're strong, and everyone got something good in their body genetically, and that traps for me. So our session ends here. Make sure to like and subscribe the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a great time. Goodbye.